Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Malcolm and I am back with another video. Yo, today we're going to be ranking the top 5 waterbenders in the Avatar The Last Airbender universe. So that's like Avatar and Korra. We are only talking about what we've seen in the TV shows. We're not talking about like the comics and stuff like that. I have read some of the comics. I haven't read all of them, but I think the way to keep this the most consistent is just what we've seen in the shows. Now, when I say that we're ranking the best, I don't just mean the strongest, because when we're talking about waterbending, strength isn't the only thing that matters. If we're going back to the teachings of my great uncle Iroh,
water is the element of change. The people of the water tribe are capable of adapting to many things.
When you're talking about the waterbending principles, it's more than just hitting somebody as hard as you possibly can with water. It's about being adaptable, being able to flow, adapt, and have that waterbending spirit and abilities. That's really what we're talking about here. Now, granted, power, also very important, but those waterbending principles are very big. Without further ado, let's talk about the 5 best waterbenders in the Avatar universe. I want to give honorable mentions to some of the goated waterbenders in the show though. Unalaq was really out here holding his own as a waterbender. I'm not gonna lie, bro was pretty cold. And that also goes with Eska and Desna. They were really saucing when it comes to waterbending. Like, they were colder than I really expected. And last but not least, I want to give an honorable mention to my boys, the Swamp Benders. I just like they swag when they be waterbending with it. Like the way they be moving their arms and they just got swag with it. Number 5 on the list, we have the Avatar herself, Korra. Now, while Korra has the ability to bend all of the elements, she is a very good waterbender. I mean, she comes from the water tribe, so water is her innate element. Even though she did get all of her bending powers around the same time, she still is a waterbender at heart. Even though I would probably say fire's her best element because it kind of matches her personality best, she's goated when it comes down to the water. When you're talking about Korra's waterbending style, it's highly adaptable, and that's one of the core concepts of waterbending. She's very good at adapting quick to situations. And her adaptability gives her a very unique waterbending style. She doesn't really waterbend like a lot of other benders, and I feel like part of that is probably her being the Avatar. She knows so many different styles, but that shows up in her waterbending and it makes it really hard to fight her. Not to mention, Korra is also a healer, and that is a huge thing when you come to waterbenders. That's a very rare skill that not a lot of waterbenders can do, and Korra has the ability to do it. And I mean, she learned from the best healer ever, so that kind of gives you an extra edge in the game. And even without using the Avatar state, Korra has a ridiculous amount of sheer power when it comes to her waterbending. There aren't many waterbenders that can just muster up as much power as she can. We've seen her make entire whirlpools and tsunamis all by herself just off her own waterbending strength. And for those reasons, Korra gotta go in the number 5 spot. Next up on the list in the number 4 spot, we have Unalaq. I feel like when we're talking about the series, Unalaq really only gets talked about for becoming the Dark Avatar and being that big giant Megazord and fucking shit up, blah, 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 all that. But when you actually stop and look at it, bro is a fantastic waterbender. Like when you watch him fight and analyze his fighting style, he has the core principles of waterbending down to a T, which makes sense going with his personality. He's adaptable. He turns his defense into his offense and is always ready for the next move. We watch Unalaq sauce top tier waterbenders like Korra or Korra's dad. He's really cold with it. While his brother has more power than he does, Unalaq just has more finesse and sauce with it. And at the end of the day, finesse and sauce is really the key core of waterbending itself. Like when he fights, just look at how quick he's turning water into ice or water into steam, or he's just always doing something new and is always ready for the next attack. It's awesome. Next up on the list, we have Amon. Now, I know this is kind of going against everything I said at the beginning of the video, but Amon's power is so ridiculous that you have no choice but to put him that high on the list. Here's the thing, we didn't get many opportunities to see Amon as a waterbender. We didn't see him waterbend much. But if you pay attention closely to when Amon fights, even without his bending, he moves like a waterbender. Waterbending is based off of the martial arts style Tai Chi. And when you watch Amon fight people, that's exactly what he's doing. So while I don't like assumption, we can very easily assume that if we were to watch him fight with his waterbending, it would be crazy. But we all know the main reason why Amon is this high on the list. He's the greatest bloodbender to ever do it. Amon mastered telekinetic blood bending at a super early age and took it to a whole new level. We have never seen anybody be able to take someone's bending away with blood bending. He could do damn near anything with his blood bending. Dude was fucking unstoppable. Like, even when you think about it, we never truly saw Amon get stopped. The only way he got beat was getting snaked by his brother. Amon was a fucking force to be reckoned with, and for those reasons, you have to put him in that third spot. Alright, in the number 2 spot, we have Ming-Hua. I feel like not many people were expecting her to be in the number 2 spot. Ming-Hua is one of the craziest fucking waterbenders we saw in that show. First off, just look at the way they had her locked up. If that don't show you how scary she is, I don't know what the fuck does. Ming-Hua has the rare ability to be able to telekinetically bend. Most benders have to move their body to do it. She doesn't have any arms. She just bends with her mind. And not having any arms does not slow her down at all. She is one of the most mobile fighters we've seen in the entire series. She is like Spider-Man flying around with those damn arms. Her offensive and defensive capabilities are ridiculous. She fights just like a waterbender. She's able to use your own power against you and is always redirecting your attacks back onto you. And I mean, shit, she was able to beat Katara's daughter. You gotta be a pretty damn good bender to do that. And her bending power is insane. She can bend so much water, it doesn't even make sense. While a lot of y'all probably weren't expecting her to be on this list, Ming-Hua has to go in that number 2 position. And last but not least, in the number 1 spot, we gotta go Katara. If you guys have watched any of my Avatar content, you've probably seen that I haven't always felt like Katara was the best bender. But when you really stop and look at it, if you're thinking about a waterbender, she is the best example. Katara is always changing. She's adaptable. She can manipulate all types of water. She really is the poster child for waterbenders. Her raw strength as a waterbender is honestly higher than most people we've seen on the show. She has the ability to do one of the rarest forms of waterbending, and that's healing. There are not many people that can heal, and she became the best healer to ever do it. Shit, she brought Aang back to life with her healing. That's some next level shit. And she can do the rarest form of waterbending, bloodbending, and she learned it like that. I think the thing that makes her such a great waterbender is her creativity. We've seen her pull water out of the air. We've seen her use her own sweat, pull it out of trees and plants. Like, she is creative with her waterbending. People don't do things the same way she does. And for that reason, I gotta put Katara as the number 1 waterbender we've seen in the Avatar series. Let me know what you guys think of this list, and let me know which element you guys want me to do next. I'm gonna be honest with you, I chose to go with water first because it kind of was the hardest one to rate. I feel like earthbending, airbending, firebending, they're a little bit more absolute in terms of choosing who's the best and worst. This one was really difficult for me. But yo, let me know what you guys think. Please go ahead, drop me a sub. We just passed 1,000 subs. We really trying to keep this ball rolling, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace.